Gentlemen, ladies.
Thomas called out, his voice resonating like a trumpet. As the day wore on, Thomas wandered through the town, his figure towering over the smaller buildings and streets. He stopped at the small antique bookstore on the corner, where the elderly owner, Mrs. Abernathy, welcomed him with a smile. She had been in Dunmore her entire life and had seen all sorts of people come and go, but there was something about Thomas that intrigued her. She had seen men like him before, ones who moved through life with a boldness that hid deeper scars. She watched him carefully, noting the way he lingered at the windows of the store, as if searching for something, perhaps a sign or an old memory he hadn't yet uncovered. Despite the underlying sadness, Thomas continued to put on his act for the townspeople. That night, he strolled into the local tavern, and the moment he stepped through the door, the entire room fell silent. The familiar clink of glasses stopped. The chatter died down. It was as if a gust of wind had blown through, carrying with it a strange energy.
Gentlemen, ladies.
Thomas called out, his voice resonating like a trumpet.
It's time to wake up this sleepy town.
His words were loud, but his presence was even louder. He took a seat at the bar, spinning a stool dramatically as though it were part of an act. He ordered a whiskey with a flourish, his eyes scanning the room for any willing participant in his new adventure. It was in that moment, surrounded by the stares of skeptical townsfolk, that Thomas began his transformation in Dunmore. The man who arrived with no clear purpose soon became the center of attention. People, unsure of what to make of him, were pulled into his orbit. Some of them found his antics amusing, others merely tolerable, but all were left with the same question. Who was this man, and what was he really running from? The first night Thomas spent in Dunmore was marked not by a soft entrance but by a loud, almost thunderous one. He had become the center of the town's attention, and it seemed as though he couldn't walk 2 steps without drawing a crowd. Yet, amid the cheers and laughter, a part of him still lingered in the shadows, alone with thoughts he didn't care to share. As the weeks unfolded, Thomas O'Brien's presence in Dunmore became more than just a source of entertainment. It began to alter the rhythm of the town itself. His boisterous energy was like a storm that swept through the quiet streets, leaving a trail of curiosity and fascination in its wake. But beneath the surface of his outgoing persona, something darker brewed, and it was this duality that made Thomas both magnetic and unsettling.